This Google form link has got several information right in the beginning. It's information rich. So you must pay attention to this first page and then close the entire web page if you want after that. Nothing will happen. Okay. This is an information page that you should shut down after you read it to go start preparing your document. Essential, apart from how much scholarship you're getting and everything, it tells you eligibility, who can apply. Next, it tells you what do you want, need to apply, what are the documentations. This particular application is a bit tricky because it needs several documentations. And I think at this point, Sheetal, if you shift to dummy form, I think that would be better.
Yeah, this is the dummy form only.
Okay, it's highlighting differently over here. Has it got pre-filled fields?
Yeah.
All right. So keep the highlighted field right now in front of me. Now see, as you see, there are 4 documents that have been enumerated over here that you need to submit for this entire application. There are 4 important documents that you will need. Okay. Out of these, there are 2 that you need to pay certain attention to because you have to get them either updated from a government office, which is the income certificate. It has to be valid up till the year of 2025. So you'll have to run around a bit if it is not. And the second thing that requires a lot of work is research project or entrepreneurship project proposal. These are 2 separate write-ups that people have to write according to whichever category they are applying. Okay. And this bit.ly link you see up here, which is please refer to link, will take you to a drive which will have all these templates kept in one drive. There are 2 templates and one just a format of a letter. So ignore that for now. Pay attention to what I'm saying in terms of the templates. There are 2 templates that we have saved on this drive for any candidate to download and keep with themselves. It's a blank form with questions on the left-hand side and space for you all to fill on the right-hand side. Correct? Now, there are 2 forms because there are 2 categories. Category A comprises everybody who's in BSc and it comprises everybody who's going to apply at the MSc field also. But category B is for entrepreneurship. Now, this is a separate category where masters qualified and BSc qualified women are going to apply. Okay, so when you see this form and if you are in BSc then or MSc, then you download the category A template. If you are done with MSc and BSc and want to apply for category B, please download the category B template. Okay, a template is a document that guides you to fill details in it. It is a blank document. Okay, now
I'll just show those documents. Yeah, these are the templates. You can
if you go to the bit.ly link, this is where it will take you. Okay, bit.ly link on the first page of your form itself. So we have mentioned category A, category B. Download it and keep it on your computers. All right, next page. Then we go to the next question. Now, if you feel that this information is sufficient and you need to work on it, then close the window and get out. Start collecting your documents. If you think you've already read this and now you're ready to upload all these documents, everything is ready, then you start filling the details that you want. Fill your email ID, then you go to the next page. It's a 7-page Google form, so don't get very worried. It's very simple. Next, page 2. Page 2 is details about the candidate. What is your college name? What is your name? Full name of your what is your name? What is your residential address? What is your email ID? Alternate email ID, phone numbers. Now, why are we asking this? There are several times when candidates don't fill adequate documents. So we need to get back to you. We need to know your email and your phone number, at least correct email and phone number, so that we can call you back. Okay. The rest of the information, hometown, where, which city, it has a lot of bearing on the kind of assessment that we have before we call you for interviews. That means it helps you towards the selection. So please fill these areas very nicely, very accurate. Okay. And date of birth is basically we will ask a document to support your date of birth that they are saying. Okay. Now, at the end, we will ask you whether these are the categories of your income status. right? So mention that very correctly and don't hesitate if you are 8 lakhs and above. It is not a disqualifier for this application. It does not disqualify anybody if they say we are not from a low income category. Okay, that information counts, but it does not disqualify you. Okay, and so you will also tell us what kind of certificate you would be uploading to tell us about your income statement, whether it is a non-creamy layer certificate or it's an income certificate. Both are government documentations. And if there is something else that you have and we have not written over here in, then you can mention that. Say others and mention. But it should be from a proper government authorized office. Okay. Now, here you have to press research scholarship category A if you are in BSc and MSc. Next. Now they will ask, all the information related to your college and your subject. So we can fill that detail. College is very important because for category A, the teacher is also a very important part of the program. She will not get the scholarship, but now what happens is when you are doing a project under a supervisor, she must know what you are doing. So we need to have a contact number, we need to have a phone number so that we can talk to them now and then. If you are having any problems for resources, for managing services, we generally talk to them because you may not be able to convey us very well what you want. So we directly talk to your mentors. Okay. So this page, again, I want to just stress, please double check your phone numbers. Please double check your emails. Because name में spelling mistake हो जाता है कोई problem नहीं. But अगर email में spelling mistake हो जाता है, then email doesn't go. Okay, do that. And the second thing is, for all addresses, wherever we have asked, please complete the address with the pin code and everything. Don't just leave a very arbitrary one, shop number 2, and some name of some street or something. You have to go from the beginning till the end because these information are very helpful for databasing your name and your address. If it is databased with us, it will give you a lot of advantage. So we might want to send you some brochures or something like that ever in future. We should be able to use this address to get to you. So don't think this is just asking you for any kind of an address and leaving it there. We have requirements, and so we have put the fields over here. Fill them correctly and write up till the pin code of that particular place, write your address. Okay. Then towards the end, yeah, you write your academic year carefully. For those who have still to get their results or are still giving exams, I can understand. We have only given 2 options over here, either the BSc third year options or the MSc second year options in various fields, pharma, BE, BTech. And that's because the thing is only open for these category of students. Now, the thing is, if you are going to step into this third year or the second year, but it is going to happen after July, then is also okay. You just say second year MSc. It's in anticipation. Okay. And if there are any other subjects that we have not mentioned, then you can say others and click. Type your name. Then on the top, I think we have missed out one thing, Sheetal, which is basically the subject area, BSc subject area and MSc subject area. Yes, if you have anything we have not written, again, you can let us. This is exactly the specialization that you are doing, the courses that you have been enrolled into in your colleges. Do not confuse it with the next question, which is what is your area of interest? The area of interest is basically what is the field in which you are writing your project proposals. Okay, and you have to make your decision on it very clearly sitting with your mentor, because you could be designing a battery, but it could actually come in a very sustainable battery. For some reason, you are doing research to make a very eco-friendly battery. So then what is your research? You should ask what is my research? More on the battery technology, or it's more on the sustainability technology? And then accordingly, choose your topic here. We have mentioned only 9 topics, the same that is there on the posters also. If you have any topic which you say by the topic name exactly matching, things here is not the case in your project, then don't worry. If you really can't fit it in anything else, I'm very sure you can fit it in fundamental chemistry. Okay, so we have left no thing for others, because then many children click on others and they give us fields which are so wide apart and so overlapping. It's difficult to understand why they would write that. So we have given no options to write others. Anything which is very core subject, basic research, cannot be fitted into any of the other 8 categories, can simply go under fundamental chemistry. Okay, then the rest is basically asking you the total marks in your class 12 as well as your college. It is sort of to know that you have consistently been performing well academically. And it should tally very well with your mark sheets that you are submitting. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए यहाँ 564 दिखाया है वहाँ पे 542 है. Okay. And then the last page is the page where you will upload all your documents. You have created your template page, you have created your project proposal. The first one goes uploaded over there. Next, which you will upload is your proof of income. Third will be your mark sheet for last exam that you have. If you are finished your college exams and your mark sheet is not out, you can give us the previous mark sheet. But before your interview, or if you're called for interview, if you can submit us that mark sheet, it would be nice. And the last is your HSC, which is class 12 mark sheet. With this, you submit your form and it comes to us. Now, if you are doubtful of any of these things, you have filled the form, but you are doubtful of filling up, say, uploading your income, proof of income and anything, it's fine. Don't click submit. Unless and until you don't click submit, we don't get the application. And then until then, you are still able to apply. But if you click submit once from this email ID, then you will not be able to open this form again to submit. Then, like Mariam, I told you, the only way forward is you either get a new email ID, okay, you create a new email ID to submit the second time, or written communication over email. I have written back to you saying you need to write your proposal better. So you communicate, at least for now. I don't know later on. We have some time right now. So we generally do receive emails with documents attached. And at the back end, what we will do is we will replace your updated document with the previous one, which is null and void up. We will do it at our end. So you don't need to fill the form again. Anyways, you can't if you're using the same email ID. Okay, but we will know, because if you are using another email ID and your name is same and your income certificates are all matching, we will know this candidate has applied to different email ID 2 times, and we will work that out. So don't worry. Either thing is all right with us. Okay, you want to go ahead, create a new email ID, reapply, it's okay. You are stuck, you want to keep the same email IDs, write to us on vigyan@pkc.org.in with the fresh new document that we have asked you to prepare attached over there. We will take care of it from the back.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Do you want me to take you through the category B application format, Mariam, or Swaranjali?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we go back.
I'll just go back.
Okay. We go back to the point where the two diverge. And if you want to fill the category B document, then it's the entrepreneurship, right? And here, see, between category A and B, the difference majorly is that category B students are expected to be more independent in terms of the research that they're going to conduct. The person who is going to be registered with us as your mentor, or should we ask you any details further, would be simply somebody who is signing documents which are very, very essential, your budget sheets, with the CAs, you have to have all those things done very well for a utilization certificate. These are technical things for which we need an authority to sign above you to say that, yeah, she is part of this organization or this college. She is doing it under our, guidance, and the budget has been approved. So for those things only we need. Otherwise, conducting your research, planning your research, spending the kind of money you want, where you want, is supposed to be a very independent decision that you are supposed to take. And we can help you We don't mind your mentors stepping in and helping you, but we don't ask for much of their credentials. Okay. So we again will start with your details, asking your email ID, your phone number, and whether you are a master's graduate or just a bachelor's graduate, you can just write that. Okay. This is basically you have to qualify. This is not for people who have not done bachelor's. It's basically the question means have you got a degree or not? And if it is, then which one is it? Bachelor's or master's? So PhD students will click masters in science only because that you have qualified. PhD you are yet to qualify. Okay, the rest though is all right. Current occupation, like I said, there could be employed people, there could be people who are entrepreneurs. Basically, they have started their own startup and they are very early stage startups. Okay, then there could be people who are pursuing higher education like PhD. That's where I think Swaranjali, you can categorize your name. And there are people who are not engaged in any full-time occupation. It's totally fine to select the appropriate one that describes you best. Then again, same 9 fields are there, 9 or 8 fields are there, as I had just mentioned. Okay, depending on your particular project proposal, you have the liberty to select whichever one you want. Even if it is fuel cell and batteries, if it is not the technology that you're working on goes there, but it is largely based on, say, material science. Like, you're developing solar power conversion and nanoparticles or something. And if you think your science is more closer to material science discovery and development, then you click that. We will not kind of, ask you to change it because you are the best judge. Okay, then we move on to have you registered a company? Means do you have a company of your own? And mostly it's not the case. Okay. This program requires full-time commitment, right? So you should ensure that you are doing it in a 100% kind of a basis, and that obviously those applicants get a preference because it's not possible to pull off something substantial in 6 months' time if you are doing it only part-time. Then have you identified an incubation center? Incubation center is a place that lends you space and equipments if you don't have one of your own. If you do not have a laboratory in a college or a research institution under a PI that is ready to host you, you can also hire a place that is called an incubation center. And if you need but do not have one identified, then you have to let us know by saying no and fill this form. But that is not the end. Once you click, I do not have an incubation center, and you submit the WEnyan form, you are supposed to write an email to us saying, I have filled a form, I'm in need of an incubation center, kindly let me know what to do. And then what we do is we find all the incubation centers. If you, for example, belong to Pune, we will find an incubation center and suggest it to you over email to kindly go and talk to these people over phone, whatever details we provide you, right? If it so happens that it did not go well, you did not get it, and neither were you interested, then you get back to us, and then we propose a second or a third or a fourth one, like that. So what we do, what I'm trying to tell you is, identifying an incubation center is more of a suggestion from our end to you all to give you a whole list of those people whom you can contact and identify and work it out between the two of you rather than us getting involved in it. But we do have a list and we can provide you that. So this has to happen well before the 15th of August because, as you might know, nothing gets sorted out in 24 hours. So if you are one of those people in category B in search of an incubation center, then apply fast, click no and apply fast and write to us. And in the next 10 to 15 days, identify your incubation center. And that's okay. Now, at what stage of product development are you at present? I had explained you there are many: ideation, proof of concept, and prototype development where you are going to scale it up and everything, right? So if you are already aware of these 3 stages, it's okay. If you are not aware, means you're probably in the ideation stage, which is the first and the most early stages of product development. Ideation means you have a concept, okay? You have developed how you're going to do something, and you're going to test it in a very small space of your test tube and a laboratory. You're going to make a very micro testing of how you're going to do it, what are you going to require it. Then you go to the next stage where you say, I have designed everything. Now I want to see whether this experiment can actually be going to give it, is actually going to give me some results. So that is going to be called a proof of concept stage. Once you get a result from the proof of concept stage saying the science is solid, the product you will get is going to be there, it's verified. Then you go to the third stage saying, okay, now I want to make it at scale so that I can get an idea about how much to sell, what would be my product, value, what would be the profit that I will gain out of it. So that is the prototyping stage. Okay, the third stage. Okay. Then the last one is where you upload all your documents, and just like the previous time, we have got these 3 or 4 places. Category B, additional document is CV. We would really appreciate if you have a sort of a CV ready for your, sometimes it helps in giving it to the incubation center. Sometimes it's nice to have it with us saying, okay, she's got this skill sets. How do we organize it in a manner that, you will be sent notifications for future interactions with somebody. So it helps to have a CV from you on. One additional document for category B. Okay. And if you see, we have a bit.ly link here also. Time and again, we have mentioned bit.ly links where you can go to the drive where all 3 templates are kept. Again and again, we are keeping the bit.ly links there. So click it, and if you do not have the templates, click here and go there. That's it. And once you submit it, done.